Okay, this is lesson 43, actually. 43. It's for x and y intercepts. Students, the goal for today is to graph using the x and y intercepts. It's a really easy concept. It's actually a very convenient way to graph something if you don't know what you're doing. So, especially for lines. So, I've taught you 3 forms so far. We've taught you the y is equal to mx plus b form. The second form I taught you was point slope form, which is y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. Okay. I've also taught you the standard form, which is ax plus by equals c. Okay, and we learned how to graph using mainly this form up here. Okay, so as long as you have that form, you're able to graph basically anything. Okay, so there's another way that's easy. It's called the x and y intercept, or applying the x and y intercepts, and I'll show you that today. That's the goal for today. I'm showing you that today because it's the easier way to do it. I think it's the easiest way when you have a standard form equation. Okay, but some people don't like it. Yes?
So all these are just to solve one?
Just to graph, But you can't always graph everything with this one alone. Because sometimes you only get, they might give you a point and a slope, then you have to use this one. So it depends what you're given and how to use it. Each one has its own uses.
So you have to know all these?
Yeah.
For the test?
Yeah. Okay. So, these are the steps. Set y equal to 0 and solve for x to find the y, solve for x to find the x-intercept. Set x equal to 0 and solve for y to find the y-intercept. 3, plot the x and y-intercepts. And 4, graph your line. Okay, so here we go. Watch me do number 1. Number 1, if it gives me x-intercepts and y-intercepts, I know that this is my x-axis. And it's saying that my x-intercept is 3. So on my x-axis, I'm going to go to 3 and just plot a point right there. Okay? Then on the y-intercept, I look, it says y-intercept is -2. We already know what y-intercept is. It's on the y-axis, like so. So I go to -2, plot a point. Got 2 points. If I have 2 points, I could draw a line. So, draw a line. So, put arrows at the end. And that's it. We're done. Okay? Again, all I did, they gave me the x and y intercept, so x-intercept's 3, y-intercept's -2. Drew a line, put arrows at the end. We're all done. Okay? See how easy that is? Yeah. Okay?
Math was always this easy.
Yep. I wish math was always this easy too. Okay? But we are growing here, so we're learning how to think. Okay? Let's try another one. Number 2. Now, number 2, does it give me my x and y intercepts? No, it just gives me this equation in standard form. So, if you get any equation, all you have to do is, step 1 is you set y equal to 0. So you take your equation, you go x plus 2. Instead of y, I'm going to put 0 in for y. And I'm going to solve for x. Okay? So, 2 times 0 is 0. X plus 0 equals 8. So, x is equal to 8. Okay, that means that on the x-axis, you go to 8, so this only goes up to 6, so I'm going to add a couple more points here. 1, 2, this should be 8 about there, okay? Plotting my x-intercept. Y-intercept, same thing. I'll just do it next to it. So instead of x being 0, I'm going to make y 0, so this will be 0 plus 2 times y is equal to 8. 0 plus 2y is 2y. Divide both sides by 2, so y is equal to 4. Okay, so then I go up to here to 4 on my y-axis, plot my point, and I graph. Okay, connect the dots, draw arrows at the end, and we're all done. Okay, that's it. Super easy, right? Okay, so what I'd like you to do is, ones, I'm going to ask you to tell the twos, how do we graph using this method, and twos tell the ones, how would we figure out what the x and y intercepts are when we don't know them? Okay, ready, set, go. Okay, number 3, I want you to graph on your whiteboards. Just graph it. I bet you could do it in 15 seconds. Okay, there are whiteboards around the classroom. Some desks have two, so just look around. I'm sure you'll find one. So you just plot the 2 points and you graph, okay? If you didn't do it correctly, fix it. And now erase. Let's all have you do number 4. Here we go, number 4. Loop. Everyone's working on number 4. Okay, so number 4, you should have your x-intercept at 2, y-intercept at 3. There you go, connect the dots. And that's it for numbers 3 and 4. So these are easier problems when they give you x and y-intercepts, okay? Now what if you don't know the x and y-intercept? Let's do number 5 now. Number 5. Number 5. What's step 1 in your notes say? What's step 1 in your steps? What does it say? Set what?
Set y at 0.
Okay, step 1, everyone, all together. Ready? Begin.
Set y to 0.
Okay, good. So you're going to go write this equation out, but instead of y, you're going to write 0. So it's going to be 7x minus 5 times 0 is equal to 15. Okay, and step 2, what does step 2 say? Set x equal to 0. So you have 2 separate little problems you have to do to figure out each one of these. Now, you will get a fraction in one of them. You have to think about where does a fraction stop, okay? So, there you go. Go.
Should we make the fraction into an improper?
First equation, you're going to have 7x minus 0 equals 15. 7x is equal to 15. Divide both sides by 7. So x is equal to 15 sevenths, which is 2 and 1/7. A seventh. Okay, and then the y, you're going to have 0 minus 5y is equal to 15. So we have minus 5y equals 15. Divide both sides by negative 5. So y is equal to negative 3, okay? Now we want you to plot it. Let me see you plot it. Ready, set, go. Okay, so you plot your x-intercept first. 2 and 1/7 is really close to 2. And then your y-intercept's negative 3. Plot your points. Graph it. And where's... that's it, okay? Let's have you do number 6, I'm sorry, number 6 now. Ready? Set, go. On this, when you do number 6, you're going to notice something. You're going to notice that you set up your problem, and you're like, okay, 5x minus 3y, instead of y, you're going to put 0, is equal to 0. So we got 5x. 5x is equal to 0. Divide both sides by 5. And then we get x is equal to 0. Okay, so then you plot it. You're like, okay, it's on here. Oh, it's in the middle, okay. Then you plot the next one. You're figuring out, okay, so 5 times 0. So you're going to set x equal to 0 this time. Minus 3y equals 0. So you got 0 minus 3y equals 0. So divide both sides by negative 3. You got y is equal to 0. And you're like, oh, okay, that's the same point. How do you connect the 2 points? You don't, right? So, but it is a line. This is an equation of line because, look, there is a standard form here. So we have to go back to what we learned yesterday. We have to figure it out in slope-intercept form. So you take 5x minus 3y. And you want to isolate the y. So we subtract 5x from both sides. You got negative 3y is equal to negative 5x. Divide both sides by negative 3. And you get y is equal to 5/3 x. What's our y-intercept here in this example? What's our y-intercept? Is there a y-intercept here?
Yeah.
What is it?
5.
No, that's your slope.
Oh, 1.
Is there a 1 there?
No.
No, what's our y-intercept? What's our b? What is it?
0.
0. Look at where our point is. 0, right? So we just start there and you graph. You go up 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and run 1, 2, 3, and you plot your point. Okay? So now you know that your point's going to go in this direction, then you're all done. Graph your line, and you're all done. Okay? So I'd like you to do this on your whiteboards again. Show the steps. Okay? And that's it.